Traffic Monsoon website in the back office where it has pending balance, there's a link that goes to explain that it's actually 180 days. So if anyone's told you 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, it's actually been fully explained that it's 180 days, and PayPal's terms of service is the same. But let me actually answer your question why PayPal did this. And I think that it has everything to do with even why people are experiencing delays with Payza. We are a giant. There's not really any company in the history of PayPal, probably, that has had so much transactions in a day through PayPal. And I mean, we're talking, I know that what it comes down to is not just transactions. Like, for example, there's Facebook. They generate billions, so of course they're having a lot of transactions. But we're talking about lots of transactions, many different transactions. Not just many transactions, but not just from companies and individuals, but all around the world. And not only that, but we're paying out. So we were generating, it was over $7 million in revenue a day back then. We were paying out quite a lot as well to lots of individuals. And so when you've got that much growth in that short amount of time, PayPal is saying, we just can't handle it. We don't have the customer support infrastructure to handle this. We don't have the fraud the fraud departments big enough to detect whether this is money laundering or fraud or whether this or that or the other. So basically, that's what they advised to me, is that we had grown too big in too short amount of time. Now, if you're looking at what Payza's done, is if you've had any experience with Payza over the years, you know that Payza has not been that bad of a processor. They've actually been pretty good. They've had a live support chat and everything on their website, and they've been able to process withdrawals probably within 3 to 5 business days, and they're very quick. But when we turned over from using PayPal and said, okay, everyone, we're going to use Payza, they went from having 3,000 signups to over 16,000 signups per day. And that's been continuously that way, growing and growing. And so they've also been saying, wow, we see the big volume of work that's coming into our business simply from Traffic Monsoon. So even though PayPal is a very large company, they were identifying that we were bringing way too much workload onto PayPal. It was just too much. And so that's why they decided to part ways with Traffic Monsoon, saying we've grown too big and too fast, too short amount of time. That's the email that they sent to me, and that's the explanation that they've always stood by, is that we just grew too big for them in too short amount of time for them to be able to support it.
Thank you very much. And in August, the money will be released.
I am absolutely positive that it will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm saying this so I can be able to convince people, because since then I haven't got the confidence to talk to people anymore.
I can appreciate that. If I was in anyone's shoes, I would have a hard time believing that the money was even there. If I didn't have the access to be able to log in and see it, I wouldn't know if I could really believe it. So and sometimes when I log in, it's hard to even believe when I see that amount of money. I mean, I started this business, and I never would have ever imagined that it would have this kind of revenue generated sales and affecting this amount of people. So, I mean, it's hard for me to believe it too. But I do know that it's there. August 9th, when it comes, PayPal is going to release those funds. They have no reason to hold on to it. We've not done anything wrong. We've not broken any laws. And we've had that full investigation by the authorities as well to kind of verify, hey, you know what, we're really okay. So they're going to release those funds. I feel fully confident of that. When they do, we'll make sure that people get paid what they've earned, for sure. Absolutely.